This video, I love the title of this video, 7 Secrets to Toxic Religion.
Ooh.
Connie, what do you mean by secrets? What are we talking about here?
Don't you want to talk about toxic religion? Oh, secrets first. Okay. Well, the reason we're talking about these 7 secrets, secrets, is because a lot of churches experience these characteristics as normal. And some of them we don't like to talk about. We don't want to actually put into words because they sound bad. So in that regard, they're secrets. But this is an important description of what is toxic religion. What happens in religion that has become abusive?
Awesome. Well, let's do it.
Okay. One of the first things you're going to find is a strong emphasis on authority. Oh, one of my favorite ones to talk about when I teach this. And this can be spiritual authority or just authority in general. It helps the system. If you have a person or a whole culture of toxic religion that says authority is super important, chain of command, that one's the authority, you're not. It sets it up, unfortunately, very beautifully for abuse.
Are you saying then that authority is bad? Or authority means there is abuse?
No, to both of those. What I am saying is an emphasis, a really strong emphasis, a consistent emphasis on authority. It's in discussion, it's in the mentality, it's implicit, all these things. If it's constantly there, it's fertile ground for abuse.
Okay.
Fertile ground. It's going to happen eventually. Abuse will happen eventually if there is a strong emphasis on authority. Because, as we've said in one of our other tapes, abuse is about power differential. And power is not bad, but it's where it can get exploited.
Okay.
So, a strong emphasis on authority is a big one.
Okay. What's the second one?
Another one is the use of fear, guilt, and shame as motivators.
Right.
It's a big one.
It is a big one.
In a religious system where fear of punishment, fear of sin, fear of yourself, whatever it is, where fear is a motivator, it's fertile ground for abuse. Because that can be leveraged. Guilt, same thing. Abusers love people who easily feel guilty and who are highly conscientious, good people who don't want to make mistakes and feel guilt because that can be leveraged. So if guilt's a motivator, it is a characteristic of a toxic system. It's one of the things we don't like to talk about.
And guilt is kind of one of those subtle things. I mean, fear, I can go, that'd be easier for me to touch and feel what fear is. But guilt seems like it can be a not spoken with words, but
totally.
You feel it.
It can be implied all over the place. And a lot of people in toxic religious systems feel guilty all the time. It becomes the norm. It's so sad to me. It becomes the norm. And I think some of you watching may know what I'm talking about here.
Absolutely.
Another one, you guys, is shame. Same thing.
Yeah.
So sad to live with chronic shame in our system of not being good enough, of not doing it right, of somehow lacking chronically, just always lacking something I'm not doing right.
I'm not measuring up.
I'm not measuring up. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
The shame of I just can't do this.
Yeah.
And so those can be used as motivators because people go, okay, I need to get rid of the guilt. I got to work harder and do it better. I got to get rid of the fear. I got to color inside the lines. And if it's set up in a certain way, is primed for abuse. So
you just let it happen.
Yes. Yeah. Then it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have somebody on the top who is in authority motivating through fear, guilt, or shame, abuse is probably already happening.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's hard. It's painful. Third one? Want to talk about the third one?
This is a fun one.
Yeah, this is a fun one. The emphasis is on being special or unique. We're special or unique as a group. That is a big sign of a toxic system.
We see that often in the documentaries that you and I have been watching about
Yes.
cults. That's big. That's a big one.
It's everything. Nobody else has the truth. Nobody else has our ultimate truth here.
Yeah.
We are special. We're unique. You come to our group and you're going to know the truth. That's actually the way one cult actually says it consistently. Are you in the truth? So we're special. We're unique. And that is a huge characteristic of a toxic system.
And again, we're saying that doesn't mean that abuse has happened there, but that is setting up the fertile ground for that.
And it makes it likely.
So stay tuned for part 2 of the 7 secrets. We're going to reveal the last 3 secrets.
4.
4 secrets.
4.
I can count. And just so you know, we go into this even more in more depth through Connie's course, Religious Abuse Recovery Essentials. And so we hope that you would join us for that.
Yeah, we talk about all of those. We're looking forward to seeing you then.